What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Nestor Sanchez, and this is my business partner.
What is going on, everyone? My name is Ryan Prendez. Thank you guys for tapping into today's podcast.
And we are the Master Nodes. As always, we appreciate you hopping on. Remember to follow our personal social medias. Mine is Masternode1. My boys is at Rye the Crypto Guy. And make sure to stay till the end to hear some additional resources that can get you more zoned into cryptocurrency. And today's topic is crypto news.
Yes, Nestor. So for the news this week, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Robinhood. Have you heard about what's going on with them?
Not necessarily, no.
So basically, Robinhood has started more layoffs this year. I don't know if you've been paying attention to their stock price, but in the past year alone, since they went public, they've actually lost around 70% of their share value. They were starting off at $35 and dropped to around $10.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I think a lot of companies right now are in some really hot water. You think about Coinbase, it's pretty much the same exact thing. They started at like $350 a share, and now they're trading around 70. So I feel like a lot of these investing stocks really got impacted by, the recession and stuff like that.
No, yes, definitely. And actually the company came out and said that it was due to economic climate and reduced trading activity, which I completely agree and believe, because, I've seen everything that's kind of going on right now and it's not looking too good out there. They actually came out with their quarterly review and they said their revenues were at 318 million, which is still a lot of money, but that's not considering how last year they were at 565 million around this time. So they're down about like 44% right now, which is, that's a good percentage.
I think that kind of goes to show how everybody is an investor during like a bull market, right? Everybody is a full-blown investor. Everybody understands the market when it's a bull market. But once those bear markets hit, the money stops flowing. So I think it goes to show like people love to invest when they're making money. But when the hard times come, that's when they pull back.
Oh, most definitely. And I think another reason why we see like a drastic drop in their share price is also because you got to keep in mind with an exchange like Robinhood, you can't send the crypto offline. So technically they own the cryptocurrency. So just in the crypto aspect of Robinhood, they're down right now. They're down as much as MicroStrategy's down. They're down as much as any other company where you can't hold, like own or send the crypto offline from that exchange. They're down as much as them. So when considering that, and then considering the stock market on how it is, it puts a heavy burden on them. For instance, just in their monthly users alone, we saw it drop roughly by a third. They had 14 million users in June of 2022. And that's compared with the 21.3 million users in the second quarter of 2021. So to kind of see this drop in users, we find ourselves looking at, okay, what is this exchange going to do to kind of, come back from this? Because there's like a lot of fear from people saying, if this exchange goes under and it was to, file for what is that called? What's bankruptcy? Chapter 11. Yeah. And if it was to file for Chapter 11, what kind of happens to their shares? And luckily, their shares are FDIC certified. Maybe not their crypto as much, which, kind of sucks. But at least their shares on Robinhood are FDIC certified up to a certain amount. So once it reaches that certain amount, you're kind of SOL. But before it reaches that certain amount, which I believe it's around 100K, you are able to either, get a check sent to you from Robinhood, or you could move your shares onto another exchange or another portfolio, and then it won't be affected. You'll get the same amount of shares in equal value at the time that you lost them and the time that, you're regaining them back.
Yeah. And I think what you said about like the wallets, I think they are making steps towards like changing that. I know I have access to the wallet, so I am able to send it off to, my ledger, which I think is very, very important, especially like with things you're saying right now. We are in a recession. We are a lot of companies, especially exchanges, are struggling with maintaining liquidity and capital and stuff like that. So I think they are making steps towards that. But I think that's also like it's pulling away liquidity from what they have in terms of assets, and it's pulling it out into other places. And I think that's also having an effect on, their stock price, how much assets they have, because technically they're leaving the platform.
Yeah, so we'll kind of see what direction Robinhood is heading in, but really, I at this point it's kind of tough to say. I really want to have some hope and say, I mean, I'm not invested in Robinhood, so really I can give two shits, but I kind of hope that they really pull out of this one. I could see that they're, like you said, they're having the wallet integration, which is good. Not every user has access to that, which is also bad. They're slowly rolling that out over time, and I think because there's a lot of indecisiveness right now with crypto, they've kind of halted that process, or maybe been a little hesitant on continuing that process, because we've been seeing a lot of liquidation issues with other exchanges. So if they were to just release that to everyone at this time, I think they would face the same issues as well. So you have to look into the finances of the company itself to see if it's a solid idea to utilize them, or maybe like consider other options. But that's just my 2 cents on Robinhood. Again, rooting for them, hoping they do well. And we'll see what the outcome of that situation is. But I know you also wanted to talk about something else.
Yes. So there was another hack. I know we come on to some of these crypto newses, and we bring this stuff up. It's not necessarily good news, but it's definitely news that you need to know. Solana unfortunately got hacked. I believe it got hacked again. So this attack specifically hacked around 8,000 wallets. It's a pretty large amount of wallets, and it's taken around $4.5 million in tokens from these users. It's taken tokens like Solana, USDC, and other Solana tokens. So it is kind of strictly on Solana's network. And specifically, some of the affected wallets are Slope and Phantom. And it doesn't appear to be a bug in Solana's core code, according to an engineer, but it is software used by several software wallets that are kind of popular amongst the users. I don't know, Ryan, do you invest into any Solana NFTs or into anything Solana really? Do you think you would be affected by this?
No,
this actually just dropped recently.
No, I used to have Solana in my portfolio, and I actually got rid of it. So, kind of on, well, I mean, if it did drop it, I may be on the safe side. But, I kind of think that Solana has had a lot of issues, since it launched. And then, I mean, you can't really blame them, because they're like one of the newest cryptos to come out. I think it's only a couple years old at this point. But, with them being labeled the Ethereum killer, it kind of seems like they're killing themselves. And with Solana, I feel like they've had a lot of issues from the get. When we first came out, or when they first came out with NFTs, we saw their system crash multiple times throughout that day alone. And to the point where they actually had to shut down and halt all trading of Solana, just so that way they could reset their systems and kind of get back on track. And I feel like with Solana now, we're seeing a lot of these issues being brought up that we didn't see with Ethereum. So for them to be labeled like an Ethereum killer, I really don't see them killing Ethereum anytime soon, until they fix their own issues, and until they get everything resolved at home. They're gonna be nowhere near an Ethereum killer.
Yeah, and I think Ethereum has had its fair share of hacks. One of the biggest hacks that just recently happened was like 300 million, I believe. So I don't know. It's a lot of different things that kind of play an effect. And I think Ethereum has, I feel like, a lot of credibility right now, simply because I think they're running the game, you know? And Solana, yeah, like you were saying, has had its fair share of troubles, you know, like your outages and all this stuff. And um, I think it's all a part of the process. Definitely, being on the safe side of things is always kind of best for you and your portfolio. So I actually do have Solana, but most of it is all stored in my hardware wallet. So I have it on the ledger. I am not risking my Solana by putting it online. If I do want to buy an NFT or something like that, I could totally utilize other wallets and stuff like that to utilize it and buy those NFTs. But for the most part, I have it locked down. Um, and I think that's very vital, especially in the space and time that we're in right now. This is kind of the wild west of cryptocurrency, of the space. It's new. There are bandits, there are thieves, and guess what? Sometimes they want your money more than you, right? So they're taking a lot of procedures. They're obviously very researched. There was 4 attackers, and they were able to take $4.5 million. So when you think about the scale that they're doing this, they want your money very much more than you do. And if you don't have it secure, guess what? They're going to be able to take it. Um, I really think security is a huge thing, especially when it comes to this point in time. Right now, the Solana network is actually still up and running, but it's had some network outages due to some users attempting to kind of slow down the hackers by overwhelming the servers. So it's kind of similar to a DDoS. They were trying to overwhelm the servers so that it would shut down in order for these hackers to not be able to do this. And I just want to reiterate, having hardware wallets and DeFi insurance is becoming more and more vital in this space and time that we are in now. Ryan, what do you think about preventative measures in this space?
I think preventative measures really do need to be like in full swing when it comes to users and, you know, kind of ways that they're securing their crypto, just because, you know, with everything that's going on right now, high volatility, you know, we have hacks that are happening. We also have, you know, just other factors that come into play when dealing with, you know, just cybersecurity in general. I think we find ourselves, you know, getting too comfortable with the idea of just keeping our crypto on exchanges or buying it and then leaving it there like on Coinbase or something like that. We have to start being proactive in securing our crypto. A lot of people, you know, are new to the space. They have no idea how to secure their crypto. And, you know, that's kind of where we have to step in as, you know, crypto enthusiasts. We have to, you know, kind of let people know how they can secure their crypto. And we actually have a podcast on that. If you guys want to check that out, you can go ahead and click on this link right here. And we do have a podcast on security when it comes to crypto. But I believe now more than ever is the time to really just step back and analyze, okay, you know, I have my portfolio, it's spread out over this exchange, and it may be like in this hardware wallet. But in the day of age that we're living in now, everything could be vulnerable to cyber attacks.
Yeah, definitely now is the time to move your money from hot storage wallets like exchanges into cold storage wallets such as Trezor and Ledgers. You know, my dad would always say it's better to have a fire extinguisher in the house and never have to use it than one spark basically burning your entire house down because you didn't have that preventative measure. So definitely taking the time to research, to invest in security, especially because crypto is all you. Be your own bank. You're going to have to invest into security. You're going to have to invest a little bit in that knowledge as well, just so that you can survive.
Yes, most definitely. And that kind of wraps up today's podcast. Thank you guys for tapping in. Much appreciated. As always, remember to follow and subscribe to our social media accounts on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter, all at the Masternodes. Our visual podcast experience can be found on YouTube, and our audio podcast experience can be found on Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all your other favorite podcast sources. Remember to visit our website, www.themasternodes.com, and subscribe to our email list to receive the latest and greatest cryptocurrency information.
Yes, sir. And as always, we also have a Discord available for you guys. If you wanted to, just DM us in any of our social media and we could get you that link. It is for people who want to learn, people who are already interested in the space, people who want to network with individuals who may be more experienced. And if you don't want to learn, then you don't have to be in this Discord. It's totally fine. Another thing that we have for you guys is we are partnered with an academy called I Am Mastery Academy. They will get you from A to Z with cryptocurrency investing. They also have stocks, options, forex, but we're focused on cryptocurrency. It can teach you from how to invest, like dollar cost averaging, all the way from staking to liquidity pools and trading ultimately. So if you guys are interested, as always, you can DM us and we will get you more information on that. As always, try your best to choose kindness and have a great day.
Yes, thank you guys again for tapping in. Much appreciated as always, and bless up.
Here at the Masternodes, we are not making any claims as to income you may earn. Before entering any agreement, please use caution and seek the advice of a professional advisor, such as attorney or financial advisor.
Please ensure your own research is done before investing any money into the market.